Hey guys, happy Wednesday! Aren't these cute? My sister Janetta got me these for my birthday. Aren't they the cutest? My friends love me and know me so well. Happy Wednesday. I had a few things I wanted to talk about today, and I couldn't understand. I couldn't figure out which one I wanted to talk about, and after having a text conversation with my girlfriends as I was getting dressed, I was like, I think we should talk about having things that we need, like God giving us things that we need instead of the things that we want. Because my name means grace. My name means grace, like God's gracious gift. So, and I give people a lot of grace, like a lot of grace. And so also I was born on a Monday. I always remember being a child and hearing that Monday's child is fair of face, Tuesday's child is full of grace. But some of them would say Monday's child is full of grace and Tuesday's child is fair of face. There's always like a big mix up with that. And I remember being small and being like, well, I wanted to be fair of face because I really wanted to be like the pretty day of the week. But and you know, although growing up or just being pretty in life, like that's cool and all, but what can that really do for the kingdom? I mean, I guess being attractive attracts people, but you can lose that at any moment. Like that is fleeting. Like looks, outer appearance and outer beauty, outer things, money, material things, all those things are fleeting. But like the grace that is on the inside of me, like that will never go away because that was God given and he doubled it up. Like my parents liked the name Ivonnah. They Hebrewed it up, made it extra holy with the AH on the end. Like they were like, no, this is her name and this is what I want my child to be. Like this is why naming your children, like that's really important. Like it's not just anything. Like your name is what you are and what you will be. But like me wanting to be like on the pretty day of the week, like that would have no bearing on this world. Like of course it's cool to be attractive and I thank God that I look the way I do. Like thanks God, I appreciate my looks. But even in that, of course, you grow up not, I always hated how small I was. I wanted my skin to be darker. Like there's always those superficial outer things that we go through, but God knew that the things and what he was calling me to be, that grace needed to be over my life. And so it was important that that was my name. It was important that I was born on a Monday. So it brings more light to like your calling and to what God has called you to do, because it just reminds me of how outer things and outer beauty, like they're just not important. But the fact that God has given me grace, I'm able to do ministry. I am able to put up with people that other people aren't able to put up with. Like there are people that folks are like, oh my gosh, I can't stand that person. And I'm like, oh, we went to lunch the other day. But that's just the thing, the gift, another gift that God has given me. So I just wanted to remind you to always be grateful for the things that God has given you. Don't look for the things that you don't have. Don't look at someone else's gifting and someone else's calling. If someone else has more patience, if someone else is more humble, well, we should all be humble. But if someone else has something that you don't have, like don't look at it as you're missing something. Look at the things that you do have. Look at the things that God has placed on the inside of you. Like I'm thankful that God has placed so much grace on me in my life. It's no wonder that my ministry and the stuff that God has inside of me, the people that God has around me, they require grace. Most of the people in my life require grace. People like to tell me their issues and their problems, and I just sit there and listen. That requires grace for me not to be like, shut up, I don't feel like hearing about this today. Because sometimes I feel like saying that, but I don't. But someone else would say that because they don't have the grace that God has placed on me. So just be thankful for the things that God has given you. Be thankful for the gifts that He has placed inside of you, and recognize what they are. Like, don't always look at what we don't have. Don't look at your lack. Don't look at what you are missing. Don't look at your bank account not being where you want it. Don't look at, because those things you can work for. You can work harder. You can work smarter. You can start a business. You can do things like all that stuff, like the material things, like that is all on the outside. But what are the things on the inside that God has given you to advance His kingdom and to just be a citizen in everyday life? Because this grace is not just for people in church. This grace that He's given me, it's for people in the world. It's for people I see at the mall. It's for people walking down the street. It's for people who cut you in line. For people who cut you off on the freeway. Like, it's for everyone. So be thankful for whatever it is that God has placed inside of you, whatever the gifts are that He has for you. Be thankful, honor it, use it. Make sure you are tuning it. And with that said, like, if you pray for patience, God's not going to give you patience. He's going to send you somebody you have to be patient with. Like, it takes building up. It takes endurance. It takes strength. And it's like a muscle. You have to build it. And so you have to build that muscle. Like, I don't think I always walked in the grace that I should have, because I can be quick-tempered and I can be not mouthy, but I know that my words can pierce and can hurt. So I don't say certain things because I know that what I say, I can't put it back. So I think a lot before I speak. So people might say I'm quiet or whatever, but it's not that I'm really quiet. I talk quite a bit, but I think before I speak. So, like, see, I have to have grace with this person outside beeping, and they don't know I'm filming a video. They have no idea. They have no idea, but it's still irritating for a second, but they have no idea what I'm doing. So I have to take that into account. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I love y'all. Be proud of whatever it is. If you are a person like me who gives a lot of grace to people, some might think that you're being taken advantage of, or you do too much for people, or you give too much, or whatever it is. There is a balance in knowing when to say no and when to, draw the line. And I have learned to put up boundaries, because there was a point where it was like, you feel like you're giving more than you're getting. But you're not. You're not being taken advantage of. That is a gift that God has given you. So whatever your gift is, be proud, be bold, walk in that thing, be proud of that thing, be bold in your calling, and just thank God for it and ask Him how it is He wants to use you in that way. So I love you guys. Have a very happy Wednesday, and I will talk to you soon.